Alright, yo, I don't know if I'm live, guys, but welcome to the stream if I am.
Epic. I'm so hyped for this, man.
Same. Yep, I am now live. Welcome to the stream if you guys are here.
Smash that motherfucking like button.
Thank you, thank you. Yo, what up, Joshua? My man.
Yeah, this is 100% Ancient
dude.
Evil.
For sure.
Sounds cool.
It does, it really does. Wait, is yours at 325 right now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure we're like perfectly the same.
Yep, it's Ancient Evil. You just heard like the classic Chaos tune.
Hell yeah.
From Voyage. I'm gonna go hit the bathroom real quick just so I'm prepared.
Yep, you've got 3 minutes, fam.
Yeah.
This is from the 9 cutscene, yeah? Oh, you're not here. I think this is from the 9. Joshua, is the audio okay? Like, can you hear the music and can you hear me? Like, nothing's too loud, nothing's too quiet? I want to make sure before this actually starts kicking in. If you're still here. You can hear everything? Alright, dope. Alrighty. Well, fuck. Let's just get this stream going. Let's get ready for this shit. I'm so pumped. So in this stream, if you guys don't know, we are going to be seeing Ancient Evil gameplay totally uncut, and then we're also getting the new perk info. And if you guys are interested in Blackout, they're gonna be showing Alcatraz and like some League play stuff.
1 minute gone. My God! I gotta turn on my lights, get my glass ready. 1 minute! 40 seconds!
Dude, I'm so fucking hyped. And it's not even the map, dude.
They're gonna fucking open up with Blackout 100%. Just true. Hey guys, we're back with another Blackout. So like, no!
I think Alcatraz is going to be a limited time game mode. No.
Wait, what?
Surely it's a new location. They showed it on the map.
Yeah.
But do you think it's
maybe no, because it's really big, so they might put it in as like a tiny. It's even black. Remember the trailer?
Yeah.
So it might be like a limited time mode.
Shit.
Imagine if it's a battle royale with we're fucking prisoners.
Yo, that fits in with
so
Hot Pursuit.
Cops versus robbers.
Yeah.
Yo, anybody say breathe?
Holy shit. Alright, here we go. 40 seconds. I'm just waiting for the Treyarch little like Avengers type shit to play.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be first, and then
gets instant new trailer intro.
Instantly goes to fucking. Oh yeah, huh? We might get the intro cutscene. Oh shit. Oh shit. I fucking hope, dude. Come on, lads. 10 seconds, dude. I'm fucking getting so hyped.
10 seconds, fam.
Why, bro.
10 seconds.
5.
4.
Come on, man.
3, 2, 1.
Let's see this shit.
Boom.
Oh.
Trailer.
Ah.
No, it's
We thought. I hope they don't just show Blackout give love to MP. I don't know about MP, but I know they're making some updates to League play or something.
Yeah.
But I'm not too sure about MP, to be honest.
Treyarch.
Yeah.
I get goosebumps every time I just hear the jingle.
Yeah, dude. Alright, here we go. Blackout, boys.
Coming in with the Blackout.
Oh!
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 Yes!
No, it might just be the trailer.
Oh, it's the official
Fuck!
trailer.
It's just the trailer, man. But zombies is
These are
first.
the only people I trust. We will do whatever it takes to get your mother back.
Did you find what you were looking for? Damn right we found it. We're not the first ones in here.
Flamer? I think
I cannot hold them forever. Let's take this nice and easy.
Doesn't want to know too much. Both of us got really high. Yeah,
I am watching.
Oh, okay.
I too am a prisoner. Please. Set us free.
Oracle lads.
I wonder if she's gonna be in a map. Like, just you can talk to her and get like trials.
Steadfast, my champion.
This map?
Hey yo, that graph though.
Artifact.
The artifact.
It's stuck.
Flame, I don't know if I told you, but for that, I think it's literally you hold square on the artifact and when the skeleton spawn, you kill all of them.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
This guy though.
The fucking Jeganese or Beganese something.
Jaganese, yeah.
Gaia finds you worthy.
Hand of
Her
Gaia.
hand is yours.
That's the hand of Gaia, yeah.
Yeah, and then...
That's the fire one.
Watch your back.
No, the... Which one are you
Steve
looking
will
for?
lead you.
The hand of Marina. Oh, I think
Do
we
you
passed it
think
already.
the Pegasus is gonna be like the freaking dragons from
Yeah.
World?
100% I do. But I feel like they're gonna help us more.
Yeah.
So instead of like
you're doing,
them like
Scarlet.
spraying fire electricity on us, I think they'll help us.
Alright, here we go.
Who knows? Alright. I swear, if it shows fucking blackout after a zombies trailer, I'm fucking done.
Morning, everyone.
Oh, there he
I'm
is.
Mathis, and welcome to TREYARCH.
It's your boy.
Tomorrow, we begin rolling
John.
out our newest zombies adventure, Ancient Evil.
Oh.
First on PlayStation 4, the Chaos storyline continues with Diego, Scarlet, Bruno, and Shaw, and they take us to the ancient Greek city of Delphi. Tell us a little bit more about that and what is in store. We have with us Director of Zombies Jason Blundell and our lead writer Craig Houston.
Fuck yeah,
Gentlemen,
bud.
Hey, John.
Good morning, John.
welcome. Good morning.
He's like smiling and then goes down.
Yeah.
Of course, I'll go for it.
I'm,
All right.
I'm also doing good.
Yes. Craig's good as well.
Outstanding. Now that we've
Fucking Greg.
established- We're going to dive into our first world premiere here shortly. Before we do, please set it up by sharing with fans sort of the story so
The story
far.
so far, well, it's, as we often do, we've had some interesting chronology to get us to this point. So just to clarify for everyone, we began really with the comic book series, which introduced our main characters and their friendship with Alistair Rhodes. By the time we go on to Dead of the Night, which actually was the most recently released, that reveals how Alistair Rhodes was abducted by the Order, who we start learning more about through the subsequent maps. Obviously, Voyage of Despair was the beginning of Scarlet and the gang's journey looking for Alistair, and then things get very weird for them in the map 9, where, as I think people have now seen, the cave where they were inhaling vapors to take them back on a bit of a mind trip, gladiatorial adventure, which ended quite abruptly, shall we say. For Ancient Evil, they're now back in that cave, which we reveal is right next to Delphi, the ancient city of Delphi, which we're going to discover a lot more about in the level.
All right, so right now we are going to take a look at a piece we're calling the High Priest of Chaos.
Oh, now this is interesting because obviously people have been trying to piece together what's going on with the Order and what their goals are, but outside of them being a bit
Are we gonna
grandiose
see his
and
identity, you
gladiatorial
think?
arena, we've not seen too
hope.
much. So we've got a little vignette here that's going to show a little bit more about how they work behind the scenes, shall we say.
Yes.
All right, so with that, let's cut to
Oh.
High Priest of Chaos.
Oh.
High Priest of Chaos. Oh!
I know you are afraid, my child, but you must have faith. Your fear is only a product of your imagination. Prove that you are worthy. Do it. This is your path to true enlightenment. Do it. The door between life and death swings both ways.
Was that the Scepter of Ra?
It was.
Now, you are one of us.
Yo, holy
What I
shit!
said is like that was modeled largely after Zombies production meetings. That's kind of
Yes,
how that
pretty
what that
much.
looks like.
Now you know how the sausage is made.
There you go. There you go. So Ancient Evil.
Jason.
Yes.
Bring us into the world. What did we just see?
Well, what we just saw is a kind of thematic thing that we will touch on more, and we've touched on in the past, even if people didn't really realize it. I think we saw a little bit of the same kind of shenanigans going on in the music video for Dead of the Night. Those who were wondering quite how poor Godfrey managed to get a voice speaking to him in his head. So it's revealing a little bit about how the Order works.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But for Ancient Evil, we're getting thrown full on into Greek myth. We're getting into all the fun stuff that so much of these kind of things are really, they've been inspired by a lot. You know, we've touched on different ancient beliefs and gods and things, but you know, the Greek myths are kind of the granddaddy of them all. So jumping into that is very special.
Well, as we get into gameplay, we see a lot of the Greek mythology playing out with a lot of the new enemy types that we see. So what do players have in store for them there?
Well, you know, players are going to have fun that the animators couldn't. Because we have got some creatures that made life very difficult. We've got the Giganese, who have 6 arms.
Are
And
you pronouncing that right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
there we
hope
go.
so.
Okay.
But they have 6 arms, and they wield swords and spears and shields, and you know, that's significantly more work than animating your usual character.
Okay.
So, you know, hats off to the animation team for doing such a sterling job. At the other end of the scale, we have the Spartoi warriors who, you know, they're not only deficient in
Right
the
there,
arm
yeah.
department, but they lack skin.
That
They
was
are
for
your
shields.
Classic
Yeah.
skeleton warriors, which
They also lack frames as well. So
they lack frames. What
well,
do
we-
you mean, like glasses?
Well, so I've got to call this out. So
Okay.
it was a deliberate callback to films that we kind of grew
Ray
up with.
Fire.
With, Ray Harryhausen, right?
Yeah.
With the Jason and the
You're like
Argonauts and
Jason
stuff.
5
and the
seconds
Argonauts.
behind me.
You don't have to point at me just because
Yes.
I've got that name. But we really kind of tasked the animation department to kind of give us that stop motion feel, that hand animated feel. So
Oh, yo.
it actually turns out to be more complicated than it
Yes.
first seems because our engine likes to smooth everything over. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
actually took a lot of work from the animation department to
Oh,
make it
oh,
very
oh my
kind of
god.
juttery and kind of and look like you kind of kind of animating it by hand. So there's our homage to Mr. Harryhausen.
Turns out they do have a little skin in the game after all.
Oh,
It's a fun. Okay, new weapons also appear in Ancient
Ooh,
Evil.
they're buff.
Yo,
what can players
yo!
expect to get their hands on?
Well, there's
They're
a
buff.
bunch of fun stuff. One of the big ones is the
Whoa!
new kind of gauntlet, the Fallen Hand, which, you know, kind of like some of our other
What
previous
the hell?
weapons, comes in different forms, and players are going to have to experiment to see all of those. There is earth, wind,
Fucking spear and
light,
shield?
and death are the different powers.
Do you
that
think
can
that's
get that
like the
gauntlet. You might have
shield
seen,
itself?
You know, some
when
of
you
those
build it?
effects
I
in the
think-
trailers, but again,
Yo.
it's just
Might be.
it's about giving more.
That's fucking
ways to
dope.
Dispatch all those fun new enemies that we've got. So yeah, there's some others besides that.
And there are a number of new traps that are being introduced, including this, what is it, steam bath trap?
The steam bath.
I'll tell you what,
yes.
I've fallen for that one once or twice.
Yes, I have fallen into one.
Oh, they're coming out of the crowds.
Didn't film it.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
the,
Pegasus.
the bath is, you know, if you've ever wondered what boiling zombies is like, you're going to make
Yo,
a particularly unpleasant zombie soup if you heat up these baths to scalding temperatures.
In
Oh my god.
He's just laughing at me.
he's
now.
doing.
I'm
so
trying to
well.
listen to them, but I'm the gameplay.
in the footage
just
that
so-
we just
Yeah.
saw here, we saw Pegasus coming in.
Yes.
We also saw that in the gameplay trailer at the onset of the stream. So tell us about Pegasus. Why is Pegasus
Oracle
there?
speaking.
What's he bring to the table?
Well, he doesn't bring anything to the table
Oxidation.
with his hoofs because he
He's a
can't
horse
carry
chap.
things
He's not
very
got
well.
opposable
But no,
No.
Pegasus.
Ooh, new
He likes
box.
the opposable thumb.
Yeah.
Pegasus is almost a bit of a special weapon in his own right. There's a few
Ooh.
things that he does that we're not going to get too into, but you can befriend him, shall we say, and you can use him as a kind of area of attack weapon. You know, he has wings,
Yeah.
so he doesn't always need to come down to ground level. But from the skies, he can
Damon.
rain down destructions, plural.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
many zombies
Yeah.
he can kill, more than one.
But you need to make sure you bring.
Oh, hell yeah,
sugar
bro.
cubes.
Okay, so it turns out that there are a number of new
Gameplay's over.
tributes, perks,
Tributes, yeah.
talismans, and elixirs.
Well,
just-
let's jump in first of all before you explain the tributes. We do
New
have an
ones?
ally in this map,
Yeah,
which is something
I'm
that we don't
thinking.
do too often. I mean, you could argue about how friendly the dragons were and stuff, but we have the Oracle,
Sure.
who is a big
Okay, here we
feature
go.
of this map.
Oracle.
And she helps you along the way with guidance, a little bit of backstory,
gameplay.
and tributes. I'm going to pay tribute to Jason as he
Yeah,
explains
the
a bit
shield.
more.
Look at that thing, dude. Holy
throw those
shit.
in, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give you an order later.
Yeah, so she's an ally, and that's a big deal for us because normally we put
Oh
things
my
into maps that are trying to
God.
kill you. So we thought, you know, let's make a change. Let's do something slightly different. So she does things like when you go down, she will.
That's a
revive
trap.
you. She can also open doors. She can give you ammo when you're going low. She'll even highlight quest items if you're searching for something. Let's say you're building
Yo!
a shield or something like that.
Whoa.
It is a bit give and take though, because kind of like, you know, some of the challenges on 9,
Hmm.
you're more rewarded for the things that you do rather than just, hey, free gifts for
Yes,
everyone.
yes. But having a positive element that's not trying to kill you seemed like a fun change.
I think it's for
I like the sound of
everyone.
that.
Yes.
All right,
Don't get used to it, kids.
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
The Zomshell,
Yeah.
new perk.
Yes.
Yes.
Zomshell.
I will, as always, let it for the audience to kind of explore with it. But
Zomshell.
basically means that you can, if you shoot a zombie, there can be a chance of an explosion.
Yeah,
it
we
can
were
also
right.
then leave a gas behind that then can also then cause other zombies to also then die as well. And then with the alt, if you kind of put it in the 4th perk slot, then you can also, by going into the smoke, also essentially get zombie blood. So it's
Oh,
a
yo!
multifunctional perk.
it's fucking
All right.
Vulture.
Coming
Gate.
down the last on my
Woo!
list, we've got 2 new talismans set up for tomorrow.
Yes.
well,
Two.
I've got a cheat sheet here.
2
What
talismans.
does your cheat sheet
Well,
say,
because
Jason?
I'm going to read my cheat sheet because we changed the names always at the last second.
Yes.
Got it. Got it.
And some of these are hard to pronounce, so sorry everyone. I'm going to read from the names. Okay, so I'm just going to list them because to go through all the things is
Yeah.
too long.
That's a longer
So dividended yield elixir. We got elixir.
Yep.
Talking
Ooh.
about regeneration elixir. Bullet boost elixir. And then we have
Quagnarok.
we have the Whimsical Quagnarok.
Yeah.
Which, you know, with ducks, you know,
It's whimsical.
whimsical. We have a suitable elixir. Battered Dragon Scale Talisman. Got some talismans there.
It's a whimsical.
Glowing, and here we go. You did the word.
This
Phylactery.
was phylactery.
Phylactery.
I'm phylactating at the moment.
Please, please don't be like us and be illiterate. Work out
What
that
the fuck
means.
are they wearing?
Oh,
And then, yeah,
did you see that?
obviously,
Duck!
So,
I
there's
am
a
that
whole
duck.
That's a
slew
whimsical!
of Talismans, perks, and an
That is the
elixir.
correct collective.
That's a
term.
whimsical talisman!
Okay, we're
Oh,
going to come
yeah,
back to Ancient
bro.
Evil. We're going to roll out the IGC here in
That's
a moment.
fucking funny.
Before we do, just a couple housekeeping items, things that we've got coming up over the course of the next 2 weeks. Jason, I know a little while ago you talked about split screen pause and server pause. Got that planned for an update in the near future. And those are first for zombies, correct?
I believe so. Yeah, it's when you put these features in, it's always about getting it right. So we wanted it a little bit earlier. It's coming a little bit later, but yes,
It's
coming
coming.
to zombies.
Outstanding. And I guess just sort of on a general note as it relates to gauntlets, what should players sort of expect, kind of keep in mind for future gauntlets?
I think like we did on the videos last time we did the little developer updates.
Yeah.
Every time we release a gauntlet, we listen to the community, we look at what they're liking, what they're not liking. We're always very careful that we're not just kind of following the loudest voice in the communities, but what we try to do is if we're seeing people gravitating towards a certain idea,
correct.
we'll incorporate that, and that's what we're doing each time we're doing a gauntlet. And then sometimes, if something's a bit sticky for people, you know, having a bit of trouble with it, we'll keep it as well because, you know, again, it's supposed to be a mix between challenge and reward. You know, it should be introducing you to mechanics,
Yeah.
and then also providing a challenge for you as you get through the rounds.
Is there anything else that we just sort of want to, like, any housekeeping items that we want to share before we get into the world premiere of the IGC for Ancient Evil?
Well, the only thing I'd say is
go.
I'm really excited about this map. We've previously said that the remaining maps on this season will return to the Ether story, so I think this is a really special place to leave the Chaos crew. I think people are going to have fun with it.
All right. Well then,
times.
guys, thank you very much. Looking forward to
Here we
Ancient Evil
go. Here we go,
tomorrow.
Flamer.
And for now, we will world premiere the
Yep.
IGC for Ancient Evil.
Yes.
Scarlet.
Did you find what you were looking for? Damn right we found it.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Those were the symbols in the 9 cutscene!
Yeah.
We may need this. After all, who knows where we're going?
So Shaw's an important character.
Behold, the great and mighty city of Delphi.
I thought Delphi was the city above ground.
Red herring. The one up there was a decoy intended to protect the real Delphi from its enemies.
Oh.
Please help me. I am trapped in the temple of Apollo. These ropes, we're not the first ones in here. I cannot hold them forever. Let's take this nice and easy. The unclean wretches have tormented me for centuries.
Look, I know coming here was my idea and all, but I'm starting to have some second thoughts. Third, even.
You just faced death, sure. What could possibly scare you now, huh?
Shit.
Know thyself.
Yo.
I hope you know what you're doing, Scarlet.
Where is my father? Where is Alistair Rhodes? Just like your father, I too am a prisoner. These bonds prevent me from freeing him. Please, I beg of you. Set us free.
Oh.
And then that's it. Yo, holy shit!
Well, Ancient Evil begins rolling out tomorrow. That doesn't mean that we've left.
Wait.
We are making a number of other
Does that
updates
mean
to
the
both
fucking
Blackout and Multiplayer.
Priest of Chaos
Here to talk
is
about,
good?
what is going into Blackout, we have one Mr. David Vonderhaar.
Hello again,
Good
my
morning,
old
David.
friend. How was your vacation?
It was nice.
How many times did I call you on your
Look at
vacation?
Vondi.
None.
5 to 8?
No, it was pretty low key.
I only emailed you 14 times.
Had some family in town. It was
That's
nice.
awesome.
Very
Good
relaxing.
for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, okay.
Back.
So,
We're back with one of those block rockin' beats. Let's
all
go.
right. So I
It's
know
a lot
that
to
the
take
team's
in.
been
Hold
working
on.
super hard to get.
Does that
a
mean
number
the
of other
fucking
sort of updates
priests are good?
Tomorrow? We've got several planned with Blackout, which include Zero's EMP and Outrider's Sparrow.
Yeah. Let's talk about the EMP first, right? So,
Sure.
Why zombies look
we're
like go
pretty
rogue?
selective and
Oh, wait,
take our
what?
time
Go rogue
putting
from
in
the
specialist
thing?
type weapons and equipment.
I don't know what that is
Flamethrowers,
already. You want more
purifiers,
ether?
excuse
Well,
me,
you're in luck
is a good
because
example of that,
the
right?
next two maps are gonna be ether.
So, but the EMP is a really good
I want more
call,
chaos, bro. I'm
as a
pissed
piece
off
of
that they're
equipment
ending
in
it.
general because
Yeah.
there's a lot of equipment that can be set up to traps and barricading, for example, and there's not a great way to counter all that stuff. I don't particularly love that something like a trip mine would be used as the principal method of destroying vehicles with a solo one. So, but the EMP gives you some counterplay, so you can sort of blow up that kind of thing. Barricades and also impact vehicles in a pretty significant way, so it'll sort of stall the engine out for a while. So I think that's really kind of more the counterplay you would want with vehicles over the long haul is, sort of EMP the vehicle, stall it, and then jump the driver or the passengers as opposed to, well, everyone's tired of getting run over, right?
I am. Well, I mean,
that's by your boss, though.
So tell me a little bit about sort of the journey toward balancing that, because I mean this is something that comes into the world and has a pretty profound impact on your surroundings. So what was
gonna be a
that
meme.
process like?
So it's
Bro, Flamey,
it's
you're
slower
like
than
8
you'd want
seconds
it to be.
behind me.
Of course, because
I know.
every change that you make, even something
It's
small
because I
like
was
the
watching at
introduction of
1080p.
EMP, will have impact that we don't even understand yet until the game's in the hands of everybody who plays it, not just that.
I'm at 720p,
right?
60.
It'll be. I've said this a million times.
Yeah, I
When
went
you
to
get the
720
EMP,
now.
you
It's
will have
just
more
for the
hours with
cinematic
playing
and
the
everything, so I
counterplay
could
of
get
the
some
EMP
screenshots.
on the first day than we are able to do in our lifetime in this building, right? Because we're still making the game, right? Just the hours log. So you take steps. You go and you say, I want to get here, and this is how you got to get there, right? And if you change too much at once, then other bad things happen, right? Then you end up having to put the EMP, more of it or less
After
of
they
it
show
in
Alcatraz,
some modes and not others.
I'm gonna go
and
back
that
to the
kind of
zombie
thing.
stuff.
And, you would
I
try to
don't
keep
really
your
care
life
about the
simple,
league play
right?
at all.
But life is not simple.
I mean, I
We've
want to
also
watch
got
it through
Outrider's
just to see
Sparrow.
if there's going to be like
Sparrow.
updates for
I
like
believe that
certain
we've got a
stuff.
build here. You
I
gotta
think I
kinda
have one.
Pick that up.
Yeah, let's see here. So that's the demo hammer, and that's the Sparrow. So hopefully y'all can see that. So yes, we put the Sparrow in, and as a power weapon, just like say the Annihilator was, you're sort of dealing with 10 shots right off the bat. The arrows make for fun ballistic stuff because of the sort of the curvature of everything, and it's just sort of this is all. Let's say it's a humiliation weapon, most likely, that people are probably gonna like to find and enjoy. And this thing comes out of care packages, so it's kind of an important thing to sort of understand about how a Sparrow would work. Let's see if I can take the guy on the high side. Short. Yeah, okay. So when you're dealing with something like the Sparrow, then you have 10 shots, and that's it. Like the Annihilator, it's a fixed number of shots. You don't really want to try to introduce ammo types for these types of weapons, because there would be a million ammo types. 10 arrows does not equate to 10 units of flame in a flamethrower, or 10 shots in an Annihilator. So it's complicated, because these weapons, obviously in multiplayer, they're balanced a very, very different way with the power and the recharge, right, which these don't have. So we just say, here's the weapon, have fun with it for a little bit. You get a fixed number of units of usage. In this case, it's 10 for this weapon. And then when we put these in care packages, so you're not going to find the Sparrow laying around in every doorway in a bathroom that you can find. But what you sort of get with that is then we can rotate the Purifier, the War Machine, the Sparrow, eventually the Annihilator, or whatever else that's from the sort of power class. And then you're only going to find so many of them in the world in the first place. And you know that their usage of them is going to be limited to whatever they have in terms of their starting ammo. So that's how we sort of handle these kinds of things.
Well, what up?
And I think it's mostly working out. We're still paying close attention. Power weapons like these things can be, they can be polarizing in some cases, particularly if you start off with the Purifier and it's just so powerful, right? So we learned some lessons there, and we'll continue to keep learning from that and keep trying to do our best.
Sure. As we continue to sort of shape and evolve the Blackout experience, seems like the team's got some changes to the collapse damage planned for tomorrow as well.
Yeah, so this is good. This is right from the fans, right? So, look, Medic,
Alcatraz.
Outlander, Consumer, all these kinds of power-up perks in Blackout have a home. But if you were using them in certain kind of combinations, then you could sort of just stay out in the collapsed area and sort of just outlive and out-heal people who were, fighting to the center of the collapse. We got tweeted about it. Of course, we tweeted about everything, and I mean everything. I couldn't find a way. We couldn't really figure out how to sort of balance those things where that wouldn't happen, but also still be valuable on their own.
Chris,
so Gary and the guys, thank you boys, took a good crack at the collapse damage. So what happens now is as the collapse is coming in, the damage that it does escalates, as we all know, but now it also escalates the longer you stay in it. So if you're out in the collapsed area of the map, especially in the final rounds, and this is in quads, duels, and solos for tomorrow, you are going to get owned. You are going to die. Don't stay in the collapsed area. When people would tweet me this, I'm like, this doesn't really happen. And then that very night when I was playing with my crew, the Bridge Ambush Committee, got to get my reps in, it happened to us. All right, it happened to us. Chris was playing. He's a designer on Blackout with me, and we're like, whoa, well, this is not right. So we went after that, and then you'll have this kind of solve here. So it's going to be a lot more difficult to live and outlive other players driving around in the collapse at the end of games.
Got it.
As it should be.
Kind of coming back to the world of weapons, it seems like we've got a new melee weapon in the mix.
Oh, yeah. Is that the demo hammer you're talking about?
Back to the demo.
Back to the demo hammer. Is that the demo hammer? I think it's.
What's the story?
I'll leave that for one Tony.
They're gonna involve those tiers tomorrow.
I like to tell that story better than me. This is a melee weapon. It's purely cosmetic. It's just some fun slamming vibe going on. Just sort of super satisfying. Just sort of pop somebody with it. But like all melee weapons, it sort of works the same way you'd expect. It's not more powerful or less powerful than any other melee weapon, but it's gorgeous and fun to swing around at people. So maybe if I hit this thing hard enough, it'll blow and take me with it. Right? That'd be cool.
Right?
Having too much fun already for a Monday.
Right? Okay, so there are a couple things that are coming soon to a Blackout experience near you. And so one of those...
Did he really say
You're
that?
not going to let me talk about that today? Really? The coming soon?
Well, no, I have what's
it say?
Coming soon right here. I'm just... I'll read anything if you put it on a teleprompter.
Me too.
Unique New York. I hear we've got a brand new 2.0 version of Ambush coming soon.
Okay. We can talk about Ambush, right? So...
I fucking love Ambush.
I love LTMs, limited time modes. I love them because you can do something that's sort of out of character from core, duos, and quads. You can figure out what sticks, what people resonate with. And Ambush 1.0, we're not actually calling it 1.0 or 2.0, but the first version of Ambush showed us how people would take vehicles and use them as weapons.
Yep, thank you.
To sort of win that kind of mode with a collapsed circle that was constant.
Thank you.
And so parts of Ambush kind of directly influence the spirit of some of Hot Pursuit. On the flip side, this is not how Ambush should be played. So we took out the things that make that problematic, particularly the ATV and the ARAV, the ATV being fast, the ARAV having the gun, so that you can't even have this. We also took out the SDM because of the way that its fire rate works.
Thanks.
And that's a bummer for me personally because that was my go-to gun. But you have to do the right thing for the mode, and it's not the right thing for the mode. We put in shotguns. And then we also have more 4X scopes, right? So there's more close range and better long range, which is really the point of Ambush in the first place, not to drive people over, right?
Sure.
So it'll play better, and then we'll do that. We'll get more feedback. Then we'll take it back to the lab, and we'll do what we need to do after that. And that's like sort of really an interesting kind of take on how you do development. I mean, there's an expectation of Blackout game modes getting evolved, right? If I change Search and Destroy right now in multiplayer, I'd be strung up in the court of public opinion even more than usual.
Even more than usual there.
Right? So it's like you can't, there's certain things that you can, I like working on these things because there's that demand, really. A demand to evolve it and do different things with it the next time. Like people don't want it to be the same thing necessarily.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, speaking of evolution, it seems like there are some updates to the after action report.
Yeah, so this one's been on my to-do list for a long time, so I'm really glad that we finally got some traction around this. I don't think any of us were super satisfied with the kind of information that gets displayed to you when the game is over.
Yeah.
And we've made one change to it, which is a journey to the change that's coming in next. A lot of people had said, it was difficult to rank up in Blackout, for example, which is why we did all the work we did in the last update in the prestige levels. There's a whole world of challenges that will give you merits, and you don't have to do much except play the game. And maybe you would just go a little left or a little right if you knew what they were and they were better exposed to you, for example, right?
Sure.
So this is a very simple example. So now when the AAR happens or anything in the end game flow, what happens when the game's over, you're eliminated, etc., you just get better information. Well, we panelized it, so now what that means is it's all not compartmentalized to wins and placements. So the long road for that, which is pretty exciting, is we don't just have to give merit for challenges, for wins and for placements. We can expand kind of our vocabulary there as we add new LTMs, right? Maybe additional victory conditions. We just have a more modular way of presenting information to players about how they did and what they still need to do.
Sure.
And you know, that'll go a long way.
Nice. And kind of last on the list here is no specifics, kind of, you know, is there anything else that we might be seeing?
This is the thing I thought you were saying I couldn't talk about, but now you're saying I can't talk about
the thing that you can't talk about. But
yeah. There's a really, really cool thing about to happen for every hot dropper on the planet. Wink. Wink.
Oh.
That's how I wink. You like that?
There you go.
Just go ahead.
There you go.
Just leave now.
Meme that, right?
I give him the best memes, baby. This is what we do.
It's a gift right there.
He already knows.
So, is anything else on the Blackout front that you wanted to toss up before we go to the world premiere of our next declassified episode?
Listen, there's so much happening. It's like we did lots of videos last week to tell people about things. It's really weird to have shot the video and then be doing a live stream, but not having that come out.
Video's coming out.
And we're gonna have sort of in store for everybody. I mean, Operation Grand Heist. I mean, significant updates along the way. Multiple, at least 3 developer update videos, and then we're gonna cap off that operation with something pretty neat that we were talking about that we can't talk about. And that I think people are going to be surprised about how that plays and what experience that does to the Blackout experience. I mean, if anything, we've learned that Blackout is not necessarily battle royale in this when you talk about just a collapsing circle and escalating damages and all these kinds of core principles of battle royale. It's only foundational. I mean, the respawn modes we have, a fundamental tenet of most battle royale games, One Life to Live. It's just a foundation. It's just a starting ground, right? There's so much room with these large-scale open multiplayer kind of battles that we can do.
Yeah.
And we're learning a lot about that, and I think you can see sort of how that'll shape our future. So it's very exciting stuff for us in the building.
Nice. All right. So the declassified piece that we're about to roll out features one Mr. Jack Wall. All right. Over the years, he's brought a lot of music to us.
Zombies!
And that has sort of touched your world. While the piece is
probably
kind of sort of very zombies forward to sort of celebrate ancient evil. What's been your experience with Jack and music and multiplayer?
Yeah, I mean, in general, we systematized music in a way, right? Sort of the stingers that you hear. The audio cues that we give for music. So over the years, it's been pretty fun working with Brian too and the entire audio department here at TREYARCH to sort of understand how those things could work and what kind of mood you could set, or how do you explain a victory versus a defeat, especially a multiplayer, using sort of the music stingers, for lack of a better word. So it's been really interesting to have music or audio in general as a sort of as a designer tool.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, not necessarily, obviously sound designers have to deal with this kind of thing all the time, but as a system designer, it's neat to have that kind of thing in your library that you can use, because if you could get one more thing off the HUD, right? So you don't have to display messages all the time on the HUD, and tell it with audio or lighting or effects or whatever other way you can tell communication, player communication, right? I need to tell you, the player, something as a designer, and I don't have to use it with HUD. That would be fantastic, right? So that's my experience with that stuff, and it matters to the game.
Well, recently we caught up with members of our world-class audio team, as well as our good friend of the family, composer Jack Wall, to tell the story about music in the game. Here is the world premiere of our newest episode of Declassified.
Jack is one of the hardest working, nicest people I've ever had the pleasure of working with, period. Him and his entire team are enormously talented, and their dedication to the project is second to none. And without them, Black Ops 2, 3, and 4 would have a completely different vibe.
Writing a score for a Black Ops game is challenging because there's a lot of music to write. You have to look at the 30,000-foot, view of what the entire game is. Brian will always joke that we have to get Jack everything, because he wants everything. He wants story, he wants art, he wants any videos, he wants taped conversations about how we're going to design the game, he wants all kinds of stuff. And I do. I love steeping myself into the game as far as I can to really understand what it is. And then I feel like before I write any notes, I'm all over every scrap of paper they can give me. Then I'll start writing because I feel like I've got it. My process for writing is very iterative. I start with usually a melody. I'm a very melodic composer. I love melody. I'm just writing and I keep making passes at it. I keep painting on the canvas and then just like a visual artist would do.
In Black Ops 4, we had a new challenge in that we didn't have a campaign to score, and almost all the music in these games gets developed in campaign and then branched out to the other parts of the game. This time we were going to try to ship 4 zombies maps. And unlike the campaign, the music in zombies is generally map specific. We don't really take round starts from one map and put them in another one unless there's a good reason for that. So we kind of had to work in a slightly different way than we had in the past, where we're looking more at the level environment and less at the characters for the most part.
Black Ops 4 instrumentation really doesn't matter as much as the variety of music to fit all the different maps that are coming out and to somehow figure out the cross-pollination between each one so that the themes travel from one map to another in sort of a seamless way. But I really do understand games and mechanics of games and how gamers perceive it. It's very much like an interactive movie to me. I approach it like it's a film, because when they're sitting there with, a lot of people have really elaborate setups, and they've got their headphones on, or they've got surround sound in their house or whatever. We want that to sound like a movie, and we want the experience to be that dramatic. So I don't always do only dark, Call of Duty music. Sometimes I'll do really emotional music, and I do that because I think everybody reacts to that no matter what, and if we find the right moments, it can really enhance the gameplay.
We developed the multiplayer themes much the same way we did everything else, which is we kind of paint the experience out. Like, this is how we want the player to feel. So the multiplayer theme, during the pre-match, we want to build anticipation, and then when you spawn in, we want to give you a rush of adrenaline. And even like the length of those is dictated by, how fast can I get across the map and engage? Because in multiplayer, especially competitive, you don't want music in the way. The second you have music playing in multiplayer, everybody just turns it off. So we optimized it by looking at the smallest map that we had and then sprinting across it and saying it's about 16 seconds.
When I get into the really dramatic cues that I have to write, nothing kind of communicates emotion the way that an orchestra does. And
Chat is just spamming VSATs.
For some reason, we start off saying we're gonna have a very little orchestra, right? And then, I'll write a bunch of sci-fi kind of, whatever, synth cues, and then the team will get them, and they're great, and they work great. And then there's one cue, this should be an orchestra cue, so I write the orchestra cue. Send that in, and they're like, can we do more of that? We like that. It's very epic, and nothing really does what the orchestra can do. So my initial idea for writing the zombie theme was, let's make it really scary and dark, And then I end up writing this sort of hero theme for the end of when they did the announcement on May 17th of the game. It was the Titanic movie. It's the intro cinematic for the game. And that cinematic, about the last 30 seconds of it, had this chord progression. And Brian, when he heard it, he called me right away and said, that's the zombie theme. I was like, really? This hero thing? He goes, yeah, it's awesome. We love it. It's awesome.
One of the awesome things about Jack is all of the different musicians that he knows. Famous cellists, great guitar players, people who create new sounds for modern synths, and he's friends with all of them. So he has a billion ideas, and then he also knows the people who can help execute it. So he'll just send me stuff, especially for like the multiplayer stuff. He'll just send me finished tracks, and it's always like perfect.
And that's one of the great things about working with Treyarch is they just like what I'm doing to a certain point, and then they're trusting in terms of finishing. Like, go finish it. Like, this is great. You're in the right path. Go. Just go finish it. And they just let me do that. And so I just keep painting until I'm satisfied with it, or time runs out. There
is that Ancient Evil?
I'd rather work with
it. Definitely
people who
sounds
do
like
things
it,
way
dude.
better than I do. You know, and with
That's
Black
brand
Ops, I
new.
get an opportunity all the
Yeah.
time to work with the best people. You know, they don't, you know, Treyarch, Activision, they
Easter egg
don't
song?
skimp when it comes
Could be.
to the quality of their music. And I'm so grateful for that because I really do put it to good use. The resources I receive to do that are put to the best test every single day that I'm working. And I feel like I always feel really good about what I'm delivering because I know that, you know, I put my best foot forward to make this music really entertaining for the player.
Yeah, that 100%
Big
sounded
shout-out
like
to the
freaking
audience.
Ancient
I don't
Evil.
think it's the Easter egg song, but I think
Wanting
it's
to put together for
definitely
some time. Thank you
Something
very
like
much
when you
for
activate
all the time
Sentinel
and effort
Trial.
to
Yeah.
put that together.
Like when you
As we
activate the
mentioned
artifact.
before, zombies, Blackout,
Yeah.
multiplayer.
Or like,
We've
yeah,
got updates
yeah,
coming
for sure.
to every corner of the game. And here to talk about all things on the multiplayer front, we've got
Okay, I
Tony
don't
Flynn
care
and
about
Matt
this
Schruntz.
stuff.
Gentlemen, welcome to the stream.
I'll watch it. I'll
Good to
tell
be here.
you if there's something.
Okay.
Oh god, it's the egghead again!
I think
Matt!
we saw a little bit of the same.
He looks more like a fucking egg. Yo, he looks like Lucas from Resident Evil 7.
Oh
New weapons
god.
also appear in Ancient Evil. What can players expect?
Dude, that shield
Well,
looks fucking
there's
dope,
a
man.
bunch of fun stuff. One of the big
Yeah,
ones
I took some
is a new kind of
screenshots.
Gauntlet, the fall zombies is like.
So, if you want, I can send them to
Make
you.
sure you bring sugar cubes.
Alright.
Okay, so
I've explored with it, but basically means that you can, if you shoot a zombie, there can be a chance of an explosion. It can also then leave a gas behind that then can also then cause other.
Okay, well I'm gonna. Do we have to remember?
Damn right, we found it.
You gonna end the stream there? Come back and party?
Yeah, I might end the stream and then start uploading like the intro cutscene and then that clip of the order and shit.
You're gonna be in Discord though, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Alright.
So yeah guys, I'm gonna wrap up the stream here and start uploading like the intro cutscene and everything that really was in the zombies version of everything. I'll explain. I'll probably make a video on the new perk. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit the like. If you're new, hit the sub button down below. Also, don't forget to hit that post notification bell so it miss a single upload or stream. But other than that, it's been your boy Fanatic, and I'm out. Take it easy.
Behold the great and mighty city of Delphi.
I thought Delphi was the city above.
And that was epic.